Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges? Like no matter how hard you try, it always feels like you're on edge, constantly reacting to things out of your control? Well, you're not alone. But what if there was a way to not just deal with life's chaos, but to embrace it with calmness and strength? This is where Stoicism comes in. It's not just a philosophy from ancient Greece. It's a way of life that can change how you see the world. Take a moment and think about the last time you felt stressed out. Maybe it was at work or in a relationship or even just in traffic. Now imagine how different that moment would have been if instead of reacting with frustration, you were able to stay composed, accepting the situation as it was. This is the power of Stoicism. It teaches us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. And that simple shift in perspective can change everything. Welcome to the first video on the Steady Stone. This channel isn't just another self-help or philosophy channel. It's a place for those who seek wisdom, real, actionable wisdom that can guide you through life's toughest moments. Stoicism has been used by soldiers, leaders, and everyday people for thousands of years to build resilience and inner peace. My goal is to help you apply these timeless teachings to modern life. If this sounds like something you need in your life, then hit that subscribe button. Stick around because together we're going to break down Stoicism piece by piece, and I'm going to show you how this philosophy can transform not just your mindset, but your entire life. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is Stoicism, and why has this philosophy endured for over 2,000 years? Imagine ancient Greece, bustling streets, and a man named Zeno who, after losing everything in a shipwreck, found peace not in material wealth, but in wisdom. This is where Stoicism begins. Zeno started teaching his philosophy in a public space called the Stoa, which is how the name Stoicism was born. Now, at its core, Stoicism is a philosophy of life that teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. But it's much more than just a set of rules. It's a guide for living with purpose, clarity, and inner peace, no matter what life throws your way. Let me give you a broader perspective. In ancient Greece and later in Rome, life wasn't easy. Wars, political turmoil, and personal hardships were everyday realities. People needed a way to cope, to find meaning in the chaos. That's where Stoicism thrived. The Stoics believed that by cultivating certain virtues, we could live a good life, no matter the circumstances. And that's why Stoicism has stood the test of time. Its principles are timeless. There are 4 key virtues in Stoicism: wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Think of them as the pillars of the philosophy. Wisdom is about knowing what's within your control and what isn't. Imagine a friend constantly complaining about the weather. Stoicism teaches us to recognize that the weather is outside of our control. The wise thing to do? Focus on what you can influence, like your attitude. Courage isn't just about facing physical danger. It's about standing firm in your beliefs, even when it's uncomfortable. Justice, on the other hand, is about doing what's right for the greater good, not just for yourself. And self-discipline? It's mastering your desires, controlling impulses, and staying focused on what truly matters. So ask yourself, which of these virtues do you think you struggle with most? Is it wisdom? Courage? Take a moment to reflect, because in the next sections, I'm going to show you how to develop each of these in your everyday life. Now you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but how does it apply to my life today? After all, we're not living in ancient Greece or Rome. But here's the thing. The problems Stoicism addresses are universal. They transcend time and culture because human nature hasn't changed all that much. Let's break this down. Think about the last time you faced a stressful situation at work. Maybe your boss gave you harsh feedback or a project didn't go as planned. How did you feel? Frustrated, anxious, angry? Stoicism offers a new perspective. It teaches us to pause, reflect, and ask, is this within my control? Take, for example, a stressful day at work. Your boss criticizes your performance in a meeting, and your first reaction might be to feel defensive or upset. But a Stoic would pause and ask, can I control how my boss feels or reacts? No. The only thing within your control is how you respond. By recognizing that, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. Or think about relationships. Have you ever had an argument with a loved one, only to realize later that you were upset about something trivial? Stoicism teaches us to see things for what they are, not what we want them to be. In the heat of the moment, emotions can cloud our judgment, but with a Stoic mindset, you step back and ask, is this worth my peace of mind? Beyond work and relationships, Stoicism is also relevant in the face of global challenges, economic uncertainty, political unrest, even pandemics. The Stoics remind us that while we can't control external events, we can always control how we prepare and respond. This mindset isn't about giving up, it's about finding strength and peace in any situation. But how do we actually practice this? How do we train ourselves to think and act like a Stoic, especially when life gets tough? Let's dive into some practical techniques you can start using today. Now, let's talk about how you can apply Stoic principles in your daily life. Here are 3 key techniques that can help you stay calm, focused, and in control, no matter what comes your way. 1. The dichotomy of control. This is the bread and butter of Stoicism. The idea is simple. In any situation, ask yourself, what's within my control? Focus on those things and let go of the rest. For example, imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the cars around you or the fact that you're late, but you can control your attitude. Do you stress out, or do you use that time to reflect or listen to a podcast? 2. Negative visualization. This technique might sound strange at first, but it's incredibly powerful. The Stoics would imagine worst-case scenarios, not to scare themselves, but to prepare mentally. They believe that by visualizing the loss of something or someone they value, they could appreciate it more fully and reduce their fear of losing it. So next time you're feeling anxious about a situation, take a moment to think about what life would be like without it. It might seem counterintuitive, but it can help you gain perspective. 3. Morning and evening. Reflections. This is all about building self-awareness. Start your day by reflecting on what you want to achieve and how you plan to handle challenges. Then, before bed, review your day. What did you do well? Where could you improve? This practice helps you stay accountable and grounded. Let's take the dichotomy of control a step further. Think about something that's stressing you out right now, maybe a relationship, a work project, or even your health. What's one thing you can control in that situation? And what's one thing you can't? I challenge you to focus on that one thing you can control for the next week. Write it down, reflect on it daily, and see how it shifts your mindset. Have you ever been told to control your emotions? Maybe after an argument or during a stressful situation. It's something we've all heard, but how do we actually do it? Emotions can feel like wild horses, pulling us in every direction, often leading to regret. But Stoicism offers us a way to harness those emotions and direct them in a healthier, more productive way. One of the most powerful teachings of Stoicism is that emotions don't have to control us. We tend to think that feelings like anger, fear, or sadness are automatic responses we can't do anything about. But the Stoics believe that our emotions come from the way we interpret events, not the events themselves. For example, let's say you're walking down the street and someone bumps into you without apologizing. Your first reaction might be anger, but if you stop and think, maybe they didn't notice, you'll find that the anger dissipates. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, was also a Roman emperor. Despite ruling an empire, he constantly reminded himself to stay calm, patient, and in control of his emotions. Imagine being in charge of an entire empire where every decision you make affects millions of people. Yet Aurelius practiced what he called tranquility, which is the ability to remain undisturbed by external events. His daily reflections helped him maintain this balance, and his example shows us that no matter how intense the pressure, we can choose to remain calm. Think about your own life. Maybe it's a heated argument with a friend, stress from work, or even anxiety about the future. What if, instead of being swept away by those feelings, you could pause, take a deep breath, and ask, Is this emotion helping me? Stoicism teaches us to observe our emotions without letting them take over. It's not about suppressing them, but about acknowledging them and choosing how to respond. So here's a challenge. Next time you feel overwhelmed by an emotion, stop and ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, try letting go of that feeling. If it's something you can control, think about how you can act rather than react. Emotional resilience isn't about being emotionless. It's about being the master of your emotions, not their slave. In a world that constantly tells us we need more success, more money, more possessions, what if I told you that the secret to happiness isn't having more but needing less? This is one of the core teachings of Stoicism. It's about finding joy in simplicity and learning to live with what's truly essential. Let me tell you a story about Diogenes, a famous figure in Stoic philosophy. Diogenes chose to live in a simple barrel with no possessions other than a cup. One day, he saw a child drinking water from their hands, and immediately Diogenes threw away his cup, realizing he didn't even need that. This wasn't about suffering. It was about finding freedom from the unnecessary. By needing less, Diogenes was able to experience true freedom, something we often overlook in our pursuit of more. Think about your own life. How many of the things you own or the things you desire are truly necessary? Stoicism teaches us that by simplifying our lives, we free ourselves from the stress, anxiety, and pressure that come with chasing after material possessions. It's about learning to focus on what truly matters: relationships, personal growth, and inner peace. Many people today are embracing the minimalist lifestyle, which is closely aligned with Stoic principles. Minimalism is about decluttering your life, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. By focusing on what's essential, you create space for what truly matters. You may have seen the rise of minimalism in popular culture with people moving into tiny homes or decluttering their wardrobes. But this idea goes beyond just getting rid of stuff. It's about shifting your mindset from having more to needing less. And that's exactly what Stoicism teaches. Try this. Over the next week, identify one area of your life where you can simplify. It could be your wardrobe, your work schedule, or even your thoughts. See how it feels to focus on less rather than more. You might be surprised by how much peace and clarity it brings you. At its core, Stoicism isn't just about philosophy. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's a path towards self-discipline, personal growth, and mastering your mind. And the best part? You don't have to do it alone. Together on this channel, we'll dive into this ancient wisdom and apply it to our modern lives, evolving one step at a time. Imagine a year from now. How would you feel if, instead of reacting impulsively to life's challenges, you could face each one with calm and clarity? What if you could approach every obstacle with strength, courage, and wisdom? This is the potential Stoicism offers us. It's not about being perfect, but about making steady progress every day. And together on this channel, we'll support each other in that journey. Even Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, knew he wasn't perfect. He kept a journal, what we now know as meditations, to remind himself daily of his flaws and how to improve. Like him, we're all on a path of growth. Stoicism is about recognizing our weaknesses and striving to grow stronger. Every step forward is progress, and no step is too small. So how can we start becoming the best version of ourselves? First, start practicing daily reflection. Ask yourself at the end of each day, where did I succeed and where can I improve? Second, embrace discomfort, knowing that growth happens outside our comfort zone. And third, focus on the long term. Stoicism reminds us to look beyond immediate rewards and aim for lasting fulfillment. If you're ready to take this journey with me, if you're ready to evolve with the wisdom of the Stoics, then I invite you to hit that subscribe button. Together we'll learn, grow, and navigate life's challenges with resilience and strength. Your support helps this channel grow, and with every video, we'll continue to deepen our understanding of Stoicism and its power to transform our lives. Let's embark on this adventure together. Thank you for watching this first video on the Steady Stone. By subscribing and sharing this journey with others, you're not only supporting the channel, but you're also helping to spread this timeless wisdom. Together, we can build a community of strength, wisdom, and calm in the face of life's challenges.